Guys, for 90 minutes, I cannot lie, I was a Man United fan, and boy, did they put a performance on in the Manchester derby, beating Man City 2-0. Could have been 3, and what an enthralling game. What a performance from Man United. And not only did they get the win, but they dominated Man City. And listen, we're going to get into all the details, but this is massive. Not only for Man United, but also for the title race. We're going to focus on United because they deserve the praise today. Michael Carrick coming back for his first game in charge of Man United since managing them a couple of years ago in the interim role, and he put on a performance. He set his team up perfectly. And again, Pep looked lost at the end of the game. Man City looked lost at the end of the game. But Man United, this could be a real turnaround from them. If Carrick is the man, we will see. But this is a performance that puts fans in the positions to actually believe and puts Arsenal in a position to potentially capitalise on Man City not performing in the way that they should. So we're going to get into all of the details as we always do. But listen, I'm buzzing. And above buzzing for Arsenal to potentially capitalise, which we will cover later on once that game takes place. But listen, Man United came to play. We've seen teams roll over when there's a managerial change or when they're facing Man City. No, Man United were here to play. Yes, Man City had more of the ball, but they didn't really make most of that. And Man United were there consistently. They were pushing the pace consistently. Again, we're going to go into all the details of the game, look at the lineups from a Man City standpoint. Yes, they are depleted at the back. A number of injuries, including Diaz, has meant that they have had to put forward a makeshift defence, but yet they have signed Semenyo, Gay's coming in, and still looking up top, it's a formidable team. Doku, Semenyo, Foden, Silva, Haaland, Rodri there back in the team. It's a team that would cause many, many teams in the Premier League a problem. For Man United, the first team that Carrick has put out after replacing Darren Fletcher, who was there for a number of games, was a team that was set up perfectly. You had Mainu coming back in, Casemiro in the midfield, the defence of Martinez and Maguire, Dalot and Shaw in the fullback positions, Dorgu and Ahmed on the wings, Fernandez just behind Mbeumo. And listen, the team was set up perfectly. Carrick has to take his plaudits. An absolutely brilliant team set up, not only in the team, but the shape. They were dogged, they were pressing, but they also kept their shape. Man City couldn't really penetrate the game. They always looked like they were just a step behind of what we would normally expect from Man City. But again, I'd choose to look at Man United's performance rather than what City did or didn't do. I mean, this was a brilliant performance from start to finish. Yes, again, City had more of the ball, but it was one of the best performances I've seen from Man United in a long time. And they do play well in the big games. Remember Arsenal in the first game of the season, they did play really well, but Arsenal were able to get the win at Old Trafford, a valuable win now you look back at it. But listen, performances all across the pitch were fantastic. We had a controversial moment, I think around the 10th or 11th minute of the game. Dalot getting a yellow card for his tackle on Dorgu could have easily been a red card, and that would have changed the game fundamentally. In my position, would I have wanted a red card if that was my team? Most definitely. It was a dangerous tackle. It was one where I think it potentially have some plausible deniability. VAR said there wasn't enough force for it to be a red card. I don't think that's really a distinguishing factor. And so if I was a Man City fan, I would be annoyed. No doubt about it. Dalot gets a yellow card. Shaw gets a yellow card not long after that for a foul that he makes. And with both fullbacks on a yellow card, you were thinking potentially Man United could go down to 10 men. But during the first half, they were the ones that were creating the best chances. If we just look at the statistics very quickly, and we focus on the first half, you can see again they didn't have much of the ball, but they were the ones that were still creating the shots. They were having the more dangerous opportunities in the first half, and they should have scored. They had the opportunity to. Dorgu having a chance, Maguire having a chance, and they didn't take advantage of it. Maguire hitting the crossbar in the opening minutes should have probably been a sign for what was to come, but you always think with City's quality that they would come out on top, but not this time. Brilliant from start to finish. All the Man United players can definitely be proud of themselves and the performance that they put forward. In the first half, you were thinking they should have taken advantage of the opportunities that they got. They didn't. And you think Man City in the second half, you are going to turn up, that they would make them rue the chances that they've missed. And in the opening section of the second half, you were thinking that might actually be true. Man United were kind of camped in their half for the beginning of that period. Man City had more of the ball. They were looking probing. They were looking threatening, but never dangerous, never dangerous. And it just took a turn as the game went on, as Man United grew more in confidence in the second half, got themselves on the ball more. I do want to talk about some individual performances, but when we look at what won them the game, again, it was brilliant play from Bruno Fernandes to Mbeumo, who was always on the last man of the City defence, consistently dangerous, consistently a threat. And when you've got a throw defense like that, it leads to a number of problems. They broke away, they countered. Brilliant play by Bruno. He picks the right pass. And Mbeumo finally beats Donnarumma, who was a problem throughout the game, saving a number of chances for Man United, but he could not save this one. Man United went 1-0 up, and it was a deserved 1-0. They deserved that. But they just grew in confidence, grew in confidence. Man City looked frail at the back. They looked weak at the back. And brilliant performances, brilliant play across the park for Man United. And Mbeumo comes off, Cunha comes on, and you're thinking, would there be a drop in level from performance? Absolutely not. Brilliant ball from Cunha, who beats Nico O'Reilly, fires the ball across the box, and who is there? Dorgu beating his man Rico Lewis to put the ball in the back of the net. 2-0 up. Man United are absolutely rocking. And again, as I mentioned at the beginning of the video, could have been free. We had a disallowed goal from Mason Mount, which could have made it free. And it would have been no less than Man United deserved. An absolutely brilliant performance. The counter was there. But not only did they counter, they played well, defended well, set up the right traps for Man City. And listen, again, I'm going to focus on Man United because their performance was brilliant. I'm going to single out a couple of performances. Bruno Fernandes, absolutely brilliant. He had a disallowed goal. I think there was 2 disallowed goals, one for Ahmed, one for Bruno. He was fantastic. He's a maverick. He is somebody who will create. 6 created chances this game. He was the heartbeat of everything that they did. And listen, he can be frustrating at times, but on that ball, when it comes to creating chances, listen, he is one of one, in my opinion. Consistently balls out this season and continues to lead his team where possible. Perfect for him to be in this system, dominating as he was. Ahmed and Dorgu were fantastic, worked hard. Even the fullback after the yellow card, staying in the game. Shout out to Maguire and Martinez, solid at the back. There was talk about what Haaland could do to Martinez. Martinez, to be honest, bullied him. He was strong throughout the game. Maguire strong throughout the game. I could shout out the whole team. Casemiro with a brilliant performance. Mainu coming back into the team and being absolutely sensational. And Mbeumo with the goal and consistently providing a threat. I mean, listen, if I was a Man United fan, I'll be immensely proud of my team. They showed up. It's been difficult, but they've showed up. And now you look at the table, where are they? They are in the top 4, if I'm not mistaken. Let's just take a look. They are in the top 4. They have cemented themselves in the push for this Champions League place. The top 3 positions look to be solidified. Where will they land? Who's to know? But they are in that fight with Liverpool, Brentford, Newcastle, Chelsea. They are there and they are active. And so, again, as a Man United fan, you have to be proud. For Man City, on the other hand, it looks shaky. It looks shaky. The chances weren't free flowing after seeing what you've seen in the last couple of games, in the Newcastle game, in the Carabao Cup semi-final, seeing what you saw in the FA Cup. You would think that this attack would perform much better. They didn't, and that's something that they need to look into. But that defense was shaky from beginning to end. The young boy at the back, he struggled immensely, made a number of errors, was taken off at half time. That's something that they need to look into. Mark Gueye is coming in. That will help them solidify themselves. But listen, if Arsenal can win today and take a 9-point gap, that would be seriously demoralizing to a Man City team who are not used to being in this position. Last season, yes. This season, they've always spoken about coming back and catching Arsenal. If Arsenal can take it to 9 points, that would be a real statement. But again, we will cover that. Main thing in this video, Man United, congratulations on winning the derby. Brilliant performance. You need to build on this. Carrick, is he the man for the future? I don't know, but he has consistently come up clutch. He did it in his previous reign, beating Mikel Arteta 3-2. He's done it now, beating Pep. Is there a future for him? Should Man United be going after big names, or should they believe in him, trust him? He had a decent run at Middlesbrough, wasn't able to finish off the job, but he seems to have found his rhythm with this team. And this is a win that boosts the confidence of a fan base, of a team. And this is a statement win. Guys, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. I'll catch you soon. It's been EDA. Peace.